Right, it's 12:20 and we're just going to Quito from Banos. So goodbye Banos. It's been a great travel. Like some hard things like stolen backpack just when we got here. Um, stolen footage, deleted footage by iTunes. What
Shitty
else?
Guide.
Huh?
Shitty guide.
Oh, very bad guide on Tunguragua. But there are also lots of really good things like zipline, canyoning, mountain biking, hiking around Casa Arbol. What else was good?
Everything was good. There was not one activity that I'm saying, we should
And now we are done with the Ecuadorian culture. Not very impressed. That theft, not very safe overall.
Services are shit.
Services are bad, but Galapagos should be better because there are more tourists. I think it's more exclusive for tourists, and there are not many like Ecuadorians living there, so it should be very safe. And
I mean, you pay $100 just to enter it. I mean,
Yeah.
they must treat you like a king.
yeah, it's more like for tourists there. So yeah, last view of Tunguragua in the clouds, and I'll see you in Quito. So down there you can see the canyon. We've been cycling yesterday, so check out the last mountain bike loop in Banos for that vlog. So that's the road we were cycling yesterday on the other side. So we are close to Quito right now and it started snowing. So it's very unusual to see a snow in Quito because it's close to the equator. So after arriving to bus station in Quito, we order Uber. So Uber is cheaper than taxi, and you can put the location exactly where you want to go. So for lunch we're having mashed potatoes with some black pepper and salt at it, and fried plantains with a little bit of oil, and guacamole with tomatoes, onion and lime, and also a little bit of salt. It's pretty good. Whole foods vegan. Could be lower oil, especially for the plantain, but there is no oil in guacamole or potatoes, so it's not too bad. Here we go. Alright, so we're just at the airport in Quito. Well, it's actually like, how many? 50 kilometers? 50 kilometers away from Quito, and we're going to Galapagos. Our flight is at 9:20, so we have around 2 hours till the flight. We're worried about those some forms that you need to fill out, but at the end there was no forms to be filled. So yeah, ready for Galapagos. Ready for sea lions, tortugas, iguanas, all kinds of animals there. So we just got the most expensive orange juice on the planet. This was $7.
$7.80.
$8. It's not in Switzerland.
Not even Galapagos too.
So now we're flying over the ocean, Pacific Ocean, and Galapagos are about 2,000 kilometers away from the Ecuador coast. The flight took around 2 hours. So we chose to fly to Santa Cruz Island, but you actually land on Baltra Island and then you have to cross with the boat to Santa Cruz. Or you can also fly to San Cristobal. So these are the two airports that fly from Quito and Guayaquil. So the first thing we noticed from the aerial view is how dry the island looked. There are no trees, so we couldn't imagine seeing the tortoises here who enjoy much wetter environment. So even though this place around the airport looks like a desert, if you go higher in the mountains, it's more lush. That's where you can see the tortoises as well. So when we got out of the airplane, we expected to be really hot weather, like in Thailand, but it was not the case. It was maybe around 25-26 degrees with nice breeze blowing in your face. So now we got this ridiculous scanning of the baggage in case you have some food or plants to protect the environment. I think this is pointless. Like what damage could that do to environment? They rather should stop eating meat to save the environment. So after that we got in a bus and you don't have to pay for this. So it just takes you about 10 minutes to the port where you have to cross with the boat to Santa Cruz Island. So after the short bus ride, there was a boat waiting for us to cross this channel from Baltra to Santa Cruz. So we put our luggage on the top of the roof and start sailing across. So now we got into the bus that's heading to Santa Cruz town, and it costs around $2.50 I believe, and it will take around 45 minutes. So now you can see how vegetation has changed as we are going more up the hill. So it's more lush and more trees as well. So now we spotted some tortoises, and this looks like a field for cow grazing, but instead they have tortoises grazing here. And as we're getting closer to the town, Puerto Ayora, there is more houses by the side of the road, and it just doesn't look so pretty with the human intervention. So the GPS on Maps.me is showing we're almost in the town. So Maps.me is a highly valuable tool if you're traveling around. So now we got out of the bus and we need to find our accommodation, but it's really easy with the GPS. The first impression of the town was not really impressed because it didn't look like touristic town. It was more like a usual coastal town in Ecuador. Didn't see many tourists or any attractions. And you could see even the typical glass on the walls, which is to prevent the burglars from getting in, which tells me that there's lots of thieves around. And this amount of trash was just mind-boggling for Galapagos. I thought that with $100 that you pay, they're protecting the environment, which is not the case. So thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and stay tuned for more adventures from Galapagos. We'll stay here for 3 weeks on different islands. You'll see lots of different animals, do different adventures. And for now, stay healthy and stay adventurous.